Mm. Yeah, those kangaroos, man. No joke.
Just lucky. 2-year-old.
Wow.
Fewer than 5 people a year are treated for kangaroo-related injuries.
Yeah, how many are dead though? Maybe they don't treat them because they're dead.
I'd like to see the firing squad.
Yeah.
Christian themed prison drama starring Kevin Sorbo and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Huh. Probably be pretty good. Oh, I got somebody in here. So I got somebody in my stream. They haven't said anything yet. Hello.
Southern New Jersey is going up in smoke.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
New Jersey?
Yeah. Up 3 people. Who we got in here? Say hi. Who we got in the chat? How's everybody doing?
Let's get together this coming weekend.
Is that a different girl or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Facebook dating.
Nice. Hey, Jester. What's up, buddy? Good morning, afternoon, whatever.
I've had a lot of luck on that Facebook dating app.
Nice. What's going on, Jester? I was talking to the chat. We got a couple others in there too, and nobody else has said anything yet. Pretty quiet so far. Uploading videos, YouTube.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to me?
I'm talking to the people in the chat. Yeah, just to get used to the live streaming and comfortable on the camera, and you just got to do it. It'll come. Took me a while. I got no tricks other than just responding to people or finding something to talk about, or maybe a barbecue and just put it on the barbecue. Views, yeah, that'd be good. Just rocking out some stuff on my Star Trek game while I wait for people to come in. Yeah, I just kept doing it, and it just got easier as I did it. Now it's no big deal. You hear the music, or should I turn it up? Damn it. Until I got up and just did stuff, because this is way up. If I go on after I just woke up, it's whoop, the swoosh. Maybe I'll get a CR strike from Nike for having a swoosh. Music is good, cool. Drinking a Modelo, Chelada, mango, and chili. It's actually really good for breakfast. So I was tired last week going on day shift, and now they need me on the swing shift again. So, but the good thing about that is Now I basically have an extra half a day off. Not really half a day, but I can sleep in tomorrow a bit. Yeah, it's pretty good. They got a bunch of different flavors. I really like the mango and chili. And they're big cans. They're 24-ounce cans, and they're usually only like 3 something. See if we can get anybody else in here. Everybody in the Philippines still sleeping. Let's see, it's 2:30 in the morning in the Philippines. Nice. Yeah, I got some of the stuff out of the car that my neighbor's taken. Hopefully he'll take that today. But the rest of the stuff, I've got so much nasty tall weeds next to the car. I gotta wait till we push it out into the street, and then I'll probably take me another 5 or 10 minutes and I'll have everything out of that. Couldn't find the title, but I did find the keys. So I'll just have to go in and have them send me a title. I can do that on my way to work tomorrow, I think. Maybe they're closed Mondays. I'll do it Tuesday. Yeah, I got lots to go through. That'll be the main focus of the weekends I have left. Probably won't do too many live streams after this weekend. Maybe one when we're eating dinner or something and it's quiet, but it won't be like most of the day, every day, like it has been. I gotta get stuff knocked out. It's supposed to be flipping hot again today. It's supposed to be actually hotter. Says 89 today, 91 tomorrow. Oh no, that's yesterday. 91 today, 93 tomorrow, 94 Tuesday, which is extremely hot for a Seattle area. I don't have AC, so, and the house is pretty sealed, so it takes most of the night to get the temperature back down in the house, so it's semi-cool for the next day to heat up. Because if I just leave it closed up, then it'd be like 85 in there over all the time. So once the sun goes down, then I open everything up and get airflow going. Yeah, it's so hot right now that it's hard to do much outside when it's that hot without getting overheated. Yesterday I did like 20 minutes of stuff outside and it felt like I was about ready to pass out. So we opted to, I remembered, after talking to Legend, he was thinking that maybe that was high on the apartment we were looking at. I don't think it is, but just to make sure, I remembered another channel, Brent's tripping over in, he's traveling around a bit, but he's mostly been in Valencia and Duma. He found a place called Latinos that it's a restaurant, but then it's got also some apartments, and they're very basic, but they've got inverter AC, free Wi-Fi. I think they have some basic furnishings, so And you can do that month to month or long term. So I think, well, no, I messaged the lady, the realtor that was helping us out, and told her we're going to pass on the one we were going to see Tuesday and probably accept beginning of the month and go for the one, because it's only, I think for the smaller one, it's like 126 and it's like another $20. So it'll be about $200 for the larger apartment. And we can do it month to month. So if we find something else that we like better, that's also a real good price, or maybe even cheaper further out, we can do that. That way we're not locked into a $420 apartment. She's gonna turn it over to her mom. So her mom will run the store. That's the plan. We'll see when it's available. If it's available immediately, then we'll pay for it, and she'll go back and turn it over to her mom, and probably go ahead and move down there. And I think it's actually, I don't think it's in Duma. I think it's actually up in Valencia. But it'd be great if I could find something that's real cheap that we got to fix up, kind of like Daryl from Expensive Expat found. You know, we may have to go a half hour, 45 minutes further away, but there may be some gems out there that is further away than the expats want to go, that we may be able to get real cheap, you know, Filipino price. So this will be a little less than half the price of the place we were going to rent, and we won't be locked into a year-long lease. So that's the current plan. So she'll go Tuesday and look at it, and we'll figure out what to do. If nothing else, I'll send her money on Zoom, which most places that do Western Union will accept, or also do Zoom. So, but I can Western Union it or send it via Zoom over PayPal, which isn't the cheapest way to go, but it'll get the job done and get us started. So yeah, it's exciting. So we should have a place. I don't know if it'll be the beginning of August or potentially this week. So, and it's cheap. Cheap is good. It's nothing fancy, but I mean, it'll be a good starter. And it's actually cheaper than a lot of the Airbnbs. Maybe not as nice as some of the Airbnbs, but cheaper is better, and month to month especially. What else? Oh man, I'm tired, but I know I needed to get the car at least halfway done. And that'll be one of the 3 vehicles gone. And he's actually, if my sister's boyfriend doesn't want my Cherokee, I already talked to my neighbor, and he's willing to push it down onto his place. So that'll be 2 of the 3, and then my dad's got to come up and get the Grand Cherokee. So soon all the dead vehicles will be gone. I need to talk to my buyer and see if he would be up to letting me, even though he's going to rent it, so it'd be kind of a pain in the butt, but I'll pay him to do it instead of getting the virtual post office box. I still may do it for some things, but I haven't. Chip lives in Nebraska. Peter, what's up? Yeah, I'm still waking up, but it's going all right. Hey, Chip, you have any recommendations for a good route through Nebraska? Jester is moving from Florida to Montana, and he's trying to avoid Atlanta. He's not sure what the best route might be.
Give me a second, I think.
All right. Yeah, Chip's from Nebraska, so he's going to see if he can think of what the best way would be. How you guys doing? He says he...
Take I-70, take the north bypass around Kansas City, and get on 25 north.
He says take I-70, take the north bypass around Kansas City, and take
I-25 north.
I-25 north. He says that's the best way. Let me know if you caught that, Jester.
North bypass is 670, I believe.
He said he thinks the north bypass is 670.
They'll take it past the airport and this KC totally.
Yeah, I'll send that to you, Jester. So let's see. 70.
Excuse me, 29 north.
So yeah, so the north bypass is 670.
I think so.
Okay.
And then 29 north, not 25 north.
Okay, and then 29 north. All right, send Google Chat, Jester. That way I don't forget about it. Jester says, thank you, Chip.
You're welcome.
He says, you're welcome. Good time, so that's useful. Gotten several useful things done today. I was super late cutting Ash's nails. He had kitty claws. Now they're nice and trimmed. No more kitty claws on Ash. I cut his nails this morning too. Yeah, but it's all for good purpose there, Jester. I think it'll be good to be in Montana and out of Florida, cheaper and not so hot. It can be brutally cold in the winter, but and if things go poopy, then Montana's a good place to be in, I think. Ouch. I'd at least get a basic solar system, probably one of those energy systems. I wanted to get one, and I still may, but it's going to be tricky. The energy system is going to be on long back order, especially since they have a contract now with the U.S. Army and the Air Force. They've got a ruggedized version of their power unit, and all the batteries, how it's dust resistant and a little bit water resistant, but it's also got heaters built into the batteries specifically for the Flex Tactical for cold weather. But you can't ship it air freight because it's a lithium ion battery. So I'll get one, at some point I'll get one on order, and then when it arrives I'll just add it to the things that I want to ship over to the Philippines, even if it's a year or two out. I wanted to have the solar right away, but it's just going to be real tricky getting them over there. I still may go ahead and put one on order. I can get it ordered, so at least I'm on the waiting list. But I'm going to talk to my seller and see if I can. Some things I'll send to one of those virtual POs, but I'm going to see if I can keep this address for some things like Navy Federal and pay him, I don't know, 50 or 75 bucks a month, because I think that's what Geo pays the service he uses. And then if it's basically junk mail, just have him, open it, see it, make sure there's not like a refund check or something in it from something. And then if I need to, I'll buy him a little shredder and he can just shred or burn. Burn probably be easier. Other stuff, but that way if I have credit cards or debit cards come in, he can just put those in the regular mail for me. So I could use my parents' address. The problem with that is I don't have residency in Oregon, so I'd have to go down there for like 30 days or claim being down there for 30 days and have some kind of bill or mail down there and then get a driver's license. It's just a pain in the butt. So I don't think it would be that much trouble, other than maybe for whoever the tenant is that rents it after me. But it'd be easy enough just to have a box, and anything with my name on it, they just throw in the box. And then like maybe every couple weeks he comes by and picks that up and goes through it for me. And if it's nothing important, just burn it or shred it. I don't think I'm going to have that much stuff that needs to get sent over, except in a couple years for like new credit or debit cards. As the heat goes up, my motivation goes down, and it was hot immediately when I came out. I think I was out here at about 9:30. And yes, I know it's hot in the Philippines, but I'll acclimate out there. Here, we get just a few weeks of heat, usually a year. Last year was a bit longer, but I avoid a lot of it by being on swing shift. But we'll spend a lot of time outside in the Phils, so I was in my 20s. It took me a month to acclimate. I'm guessing it'll probably take me 2 months, but I'm not concerned about the heat over there. I know it's a factor, but it's not going to be a problem. I'll adjust to it. It'll be good.
Yeah, he's going to need to hang a left on I-70 at St. Louis.
Okay. He says hang a left on I-70 at St. Louis. I'll add that. And that's further up, or that's when he gets on I-70?
He's coming up from Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name of it is, but he'll be able to get on I-70 at St. Louis. St. Louis isn't that bad to drive through, depending what time of day you hit it. They got a expressway through the middle of town that changes from the morning to the evening. Take 29 up to 90. I'm hanging right on 25 in Wyoming.
A right or a left? Oh, I'm guessing.
Just take 25 up to 90. Hang a left on 90.
Says he doesn't want to hit 90. He doesn't want to go through Salt Lake.
He won't go through Salt Lake. I-80 goes through Salt Lake.
He says I-80 goes through Salt Lake, not 90. You want so?
I think 90.
No, he said now. I will give your Gmail to Chip, and you guys can figure it out. This relaying is stupid. I'll give you his Gmail, and you can send him a message. Chip. There, I gave Chip your Gmail. You guys can figure that out back and forth.
Yeah, Google agrees with me.
That's fine. I gave you his Gmail. Just send him a message with your tips. For people, come on, lurkers, say something. Give me a topic. Ask questions. We're mostly talking about the Philippines and moving to the Philippines. And I'm not there yet, but I do know fair amount where I can get the information or send you in the right direction to find your information. What's wrong with you, Ash? Oh, I bet Cade's out behind the house. That's what. Four people in the chat. Say hello. Okay. After hearing about Geo's trip, I still think I would rather just take a direct flight, even though I'll have to. It won't be direct because I've got to take a flight to somewhere to take the direct flight.
Well, if he takes 90, never mind.
I don't care which way he goes. I'll let you tell him. Yeah, the vet's supposed to get in touch with me tomorrow or the next day and give me an idea what they're looking at for what they can do for me. So I'll still keep working on the process of getting the paperwork done for me, or so maybe you or somebody else can, even if I have to get them, I've still got to get the paperwork done regardless. So I'll keep on top of that. I should have just ended up going live yesterday. I kept waiting for Jasper, and then he didn't get back to me because he had left his phone at the hotel. They were out. He and his girlfriend were out jet skiing. Yeah, I'm in the doghouse right now. We'll see what happens. I was basically being tampoed last night. I was like, I honestly didn't think you'd get that upset about it. I mean, we're going to be living together in 5 weeks. Bit of an overreaction, but whatever. Yeah, I thought it was funny until it basically stopped talking to me. Now, the one I sent to Matets was funny because I got an actual banana and made a funny face and just held the banana next to my head and sent that to her. So it was an actual banana pic, but yeah, so Storm's in the doghouse. But I mean, if that blows things up, then better to find out now, because if something that minor, and yes, I consider that minor since we're barely over a month from living together, then I'd rather find out now that things would be that silly. Yes, I've been apologizing and apologizing. She said goodnight, and that was like it, and giving me the zipped lips emoji. So she's irritated, but I don't really understand why. It's not like we just started talking and I randomly sent a picture. I actually warned her too. I was like, the next Filipina, because she told me like 6 times to sleep now. And so was Matets. And I was like, all right, I said, I'm tired of it. The next Filipina that tells me to sleep now is going to get a real banana pick. And then she did it like 2 more times. So I was on Facebook Messenger. I was like, okay, Google Chat, you ready? And she gave me a thumbs up. Okay. If you're going to antagonize me and and test me, I'm going to do exactly what I told you I was going to do. So I did. And I was like, Matets, you going to tell me to sleep? Nah. She's like, nope, stay awake. I'm good. Stay awake as long as you want. Which part did she laugh at? The part that I'm in trouble? Oh, the one where I held the banana up on my face? Yeah, I made a crazy face. It was almost like an emoji face. Yeah, with Chi. Not for the one that I sent Matets for. Chi thought it would be amusing to continue to tell me to sleep now. After I warned her, the next Filipina that tells me to sleep now is going to get a real banana pick. Because the one I sent Matets was the night before. This one, I was very obvious. I was like, the next one of you tells me to go to bed, you're getting a wiener pick. I didn't say it that way. I said, you're getting a real banana pick. And like 2 or 3 more times, she thought she would be funny and tell me to sleep on my face is like, ha, 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 ha. So I was like, okay. On Facebook Messenger, I was like, you asked for it. Google Chat, you ready? She gave me a thumbs up emoji. So I sent it, and then she was pissed. You're mad I did exactly what I said I was going to do. Okay. And if that blows up the relationship, then, is that a great white? Yeah, so it's got my anxiety up. But at the same time, if that ruins the relationship, then you know what I'm saying. I mean, come on. Uh-oh, it's nanners. Fucking get off me, bugs. Chi and Matets kept telling me to go to sleep, go to bed in Chi's live stream. And after about the 6th time, I said, okay, the next Filipina that tells me to sleep now is getting an actual banana pick. So Chi thought she would be funny, haha, and do it 2 or 3 more times, making faces at me, taunting me. So I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I sent her a banana pick. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And if you're getting mad at me so that you're barely talking to me after that, that's, come on. Can't profess to not do tempo and think tempo's done and then immediately do tempo. It wasn't like I sent it to somebody else, I sent it to her. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, Jester. I'll be here. Girls are weird. But I followed through. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And if I warn you and I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to effing do it. So don't test me. I can see being shy, but basically she said good night, but she wouldn't say I love you or that we're okay, like done, hey, Dueno. So, but I simply did what I said I was going to do. And it was to her, not somebody else. Yeah, don't shit test me. Don't see if I'm going to actually do something. Your shit test will not go well for you. I'm about done with the stuff I need to do in my game, then I can pay more attention. All right, Nanners, take it easy, man. Have a good day. Back in a moment. I'm going to get something to eat. This is the bathroom. I'll be right back. Uh-huh. And I've got my mic on still. That's funny. I thought about doing that intentionally sometime. It's alright, there was nothing to hear. Little tinkle, little sink, no big. It tells you that I'm super tired. Nice. Move.
Went,
Huh?
this went, took these off.
Of course it did. Come under there. Come on. Come on. Go under there. Go. Go. Dumbass.
This isn't running now.
Thanks. Can't just stay away from my fucking cords.
Ash had nothing to do with it. It was the wind. Take this.
All right. And Legend's trying to tell me to fast. No. Eating kind of a brunch. Got a couple brats left over from dinner and some potato salad. My table's acting weird. Welcome. What's up? We got in here. Well, come get some water, silly. Welcome back, Jester. What kind of beard you get? Get away from my stuff. I love Blue Moon. It's just too expensive for me most of the time. It's like, I think it's 20 something for a 12 pack of bottles. And I can get those are 12 ounce bottles, and I can get 12 16 ounce cans of High Life for $12.95 on sale. So less than half the cost. Yeah, I like it. And it's cheap. I'd take that over the other big American beers, Coors, Budweiser, and all of that. I do like some MGD at times, which interestingly, the MGD and High Life are the same recipe, and it's something about the brewing process. The filtering process is different. So MGD is basically cold filtered, but the actual recipe for the beer is the same between High Life and MGD. Today'd be a good day to be at the ocean in Oregon or Washington because it's probably 65 or 70 over there instead of 90. I think it's just us. If you have stuff you want to do, you don't got to hang out with me. I'm just getting the time. If people give me watch hours, that's great. Then, if nothing else, I can add it to my lives playlist. Well, even if I'm not bringing Ash, I'm gonna take a direct flight, and I'll probably go straight to. I'll probably go direct to Cebu. So I'll probably take a flight from Seattle to San Francisco, and then San Francisco to Cebu. I haven't decided on taking a bus or a flight to Dumaguete. I'd probably take a bus because I'm going to have a bunch of bags, and while that'll be a pain in the butt on the bus, it would be a lot more expensive for me to take extra bags on the small plane to Dumaguete, but I'll look at it. But then again, I might find that it's cheaper to go direct flight to Manila and then have a flight to Dumaguete. I don't know yet. I just want to get there. Yeah, but it depends which airport. Duma Airport or Cebu. And even with her meeting me there, I mean, she's tiny. She's not gonna be able to carry most of my bags. I mean, she could carry some of my, like my carry-on and my, if I have a small personal bag. I did try and call one of the pet moving or travel places because they work with various countries on people taking their pets with them, whether it's a service animal for a trip or a relationship. An actual move. And they were not answering their phone. It was probably because it was Wednesday before the 4th of July. And they probably left early, but I'll try them again tomorrow and see if they can give me more information, like how difficult is the process of getting an approval through the place in the Philippines, and how long does that take usually. And hopefully I can have that information by Tuesday or Wednesday And if it looks like I can't take him with me right away, then I'll just go ahead and buy tickets for myself. So hopefully by Wednesday I'll have a better feel for what I'm doing. And hopefully there's open seats and not everything's booked and hoses me. Well, I'm at 203 hours on the earn tab. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to hurry. I don't want to jump the gun and think I can't take him if it turns out that I can. If you were able to pick him up in Seattle, that would be super helpful. That would take some of the stress off of me. But I don't know how difficult it is for you to get to Seattle on your route, and if it would cost you a bunch extra. I mean, I'd obviously help compensate for that, but thanks. Now on the analytics tab, it says I'm at 316 for watch hours. So the earn tab says public watch hours, so I'm not sure what the difference is unless people have what they viewed set private, which is fine. But that would probably mean that those aren't public watch hours. So that may be what the difference is. But the earn tab is current as of the 2nd, so Tuesday. But I'm over 200. Less than a month ago, before Chip got here, I was at like 24 watch hours, so nice. So it'll be cheaper to go through Seattle. Awesome. I should be able to get somebody to watch him for me, even if it's my parents. And my dad drives to Portland and Seattle all the time to ship out puppies to people across the country. So he's got to come up to get the Grand Cherokee very soon, like in the next 3 or 4 weeks. He's got to get it. So I may end up sending Ash down with him in case I can't find somebody here to watch him. So I'm not trying to drive down there and back because it's an 8-hour round trip. About 7.5. I'll just call it 8. So I may have to split up from Ash sooner than I wanted if it looks like I can't take him with me, but send him down with my parents for 2.5 months. Have my dad meet you at SeaTac with Ash. And then I'd probably just fly up to Manila and meet you. And in the meantime, figure out what I need to do to get him from Manila back over to Dumaguete. I'll have to see what airlines go from Manila to Dumaguete and see. I'm sure they don't have any kind of emotional support animal BS over there, so I'm sure they probably wouldn't let me take them in the cabin, but I'll at least find out what the airlines are and what their requirements are and what their restrictions are. Oh, well, if it wasn't a whole lot different, then I would just compensate you for increased price. So, but yeah, see if you can find out what it is. And I didn't hear anything about Seattle to Cebu. It sounded like the guy from Cheese Channel that commented said it was Philippine Airlines, Seattle to Manila. It's not a matter of her not feeling it. She wasn't saying I love you and chatting with me after her live. It was right. She was about to end it anyway, but then she ended it and basically wouldn't respond other than like a thumbs up emoji for a while. So, like after I went to sleep, I did wake up and there was a like a good night, sleep well kind of a thing, but she was still up when I slept for a few hours. She was still up, and I tried messaging her, and she was not chatting. It was like one word responses. Yeah, promo flights would be nice. Now, from were you taking LAX to Cebu, or were you going to Manila in the first place? It's just very, very hard to get him to LAX or San Francisco. Well, I don't know. They might do air cargo, but then it becomes harder to retrieve him on the airport side. And get him transferred, checked in, and transferred onto the. Yeah. So let's find out what the difference is between LAX to Manila and Seattle to Manila, and if it's more, then I'll make up that difference. I'm gonna get some water. I will be right back. And go to Subic and check it. Yep. You can. Sorry. Nope. Didn't mean to scare you. You can just throw that away. Sorry. On bases Which one? Pulling out the medium range missiles? Yeah, well, I figured it was pertinent to both of us. So I sent it to you right away. It's still not going to stop me, but that does bring up concern that I didn't have before because we were being pretty tight with the Philippines, and that article makes it sound like there could be a change happening like there is with, well, I don't know that I'd call it a change with Vietnam, but right. Well, I didn't see anything that it said the bases were going away. It said the medium range missiles were being pulled out. But what does that say about other cooperative things that are in place or being stood up? I don't know. I want ice water, but I'm almost out of ice, so I'll probably save it for iced coffee. I didn't get more ice yesterday because Safeway was totally out of ice. 'Cause everybody in there and dog wanted ice yesterday. It was so flipping hot, and it's hotter today. We got 5 people in here. Only 4 likes. Hit the like. It's free. You got any comments or questions? Say something or at least say hi. Main topic of the channel is the Philippines and moving to the Philippines, but I talk about lots of other stuff too. People just got to bring it up and get me on a tangent. I'm a bit subdued today because I'm tired and kind of stressed about Chi, but hopefully everything will be okay once she has slept off the tampo. Or maybe she thinks I sent that also to Matets and I did not. Well, it wasn't just out of the blue either. I warned them. I'm like, I was basically telling them, don't tell me to sleep now again, or else this happens. At which point, like a child, which I can sometimes do when people tell me don't do something too, immediately did it 2 or 3 more times and was kind of ha 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 looking at me like, what are you gonna do now? And I was like, okay, you asked for it. Google Chat, you ready? Give me a thumbs up, and then got mad. Come on. Still feel that was an excessive response. I've talked to others. The reciprocal is not impossible. I know that for a fact. And I'm not saying that about Chi or Matats. I mean, other Filipinas I had talked to in the past. I'm okay, Scott Mason. Kind of tired, kind of bummed out at the moment, but I'm sure everything will be fine. I just won't really know for a few hours. Sorry, my allergies are kind of kicked up today. I think I took the Flonase, but I think I forgot to take a Benadryl, but I was already tired. So I didn't know if I wanted to make it worse by taking a Benadryl. All right, I'm done with that for now. Close that, close that. We were just discussing it, and all right, Jester, take it easy, buddy. I made a boo-boo, but I warned I was going to do it if something else was done again. Move. So I was immediately shit tested and to see if I was full of crap, and I was not full of crap, and then the person got mad. So I'm in the doghouse at the moment. Hopefully I will be out of the doghouse at least mostly when Philippines sleepy time is over. I don't even know who else is in here. It says we have 3. It's been pretty quiet. I just wanted to get some watch hours in. It may really be basically just you and I. Well, it says there's 4. I don't know if my secondary device counts, even though it's on my same account. I think it does. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. It wasn't just a it wasn't a random thing. I was told to sleep now like 6 or 7 times. And finally I was like, all right, the next Filipino that tells me to sleep now, this particular thing is going to happen. At which point she was immediately like, sleep now, kind of taunting me. And I was like, okay. And then she got mad. But I followed through with what I said I was going to do. So how mad can you be at me if you thought you were being funny and taunting me with it like I wouldn't do it? I hope so, because I'll tell you what, if that kind of reaction to simple things is common, we will have a problem, Houston, because I will not tolerate that kind of BS, and it needs to get resolved before people go to bed. I don't like going to sleep with issues. So I was trying to resolve it before either of us went back to, well, I went to sleep and then she went to sleep, and there was no resolving it. So she's like, I'm going to bed. Click. Not click, but close the app because it was text chat. But it is flipping hot. I don't know which one's accurate. The same app on two different phones. One says 81, one says 86. I should pull that sensor off and put it in the shade here so I know what it is, because it's mounted to the side of the house and the siding is hot and the sensor's in the sun, so a combination of the two. It says it's hotter than it is, but actually the sensor doesn't feel as hot as I thought it was gonna. It says it's 100.2. Now we'll put it in the shade and see what it is in the shade. It wasn't just the time difference. Whatever. I will just make it clear that that's not how we handle communication. I'm not gonna tolerate that kind of crap. We don't go to bed upset. And if, just like with kids, if you tell them you're gonna do something and they do it, you've got to follow through. So I followed through, and then she got pissed. Maybe she was just more embarrassed or shocked, but still. I'll see what my real feel says, but I don't know how accurate it is. It says the max for today is supposed to be 90. Feels like 84. But here's the thing: the weather station for my app is in town, which is down a little lower, which you would think would. Well, I guess it's closer to the water too, so it's cooler. So my house is always hotter if it's hot and colder if it's cold than it is in town. So if it's 86 and feels 84 in town, it's probably a solid 90 here. Well, outdoor sensors down to 98.2. We'll see if it comes down some more. But I mean, don't poop test me and then get mad when I follow through. I feel that's kind of unfair. If I tell you I'm going to do something and you have an opportunity to avoid the thing that I said I would do, then just don't do it. But if I say don't do this or this happens, and you do it 2 or 3 more times, not as a oops I forgot a few minutes later, but immediately, like with a smile on your face, bebop in your head, then it's kind of wrong to get mad about it. Because I told you that was the outcome. How's things going in your neck of the woods? I can't remember where you said you're located. I'll be honest with you, even in the shade, it's so hot. I really feel like just going inside. Even though I don't have AC, I would be a little cooler. Maybe in a few minutes I'll go inside and lay down for a little bit. Well, I didn't hang up, and we weren't on a call, so she didn't hang up either. But, closing the app, that's right, closing the chat app and not text chatting is essentially text chat click. That's all right. If she ends up tapping out of things altogether because of this, then better to know that now than later. But I mean, overreaction, big overreaction. I could see being angry if I just randomly sent a unsolicited picture, but when they know I'm annoyed with being told to sleep now 7 or 8 times, and I tell them the next Filipina to tell me to sleep now is going to get an actual banana pick, and then I get taunted 2 more times and I send it. That it's not really on me at that point. Yeah, hopefully. I just stress. I have anxiety anyway, and they're changing my meds. I'm weaning off my meds. I'm going off some Balto over the next week or 2 weeks. And to keep me level, the doctor put me on Prozac for a month. So starting yesterday, my Cymbalta got cut in half to start tapering down. So that already had me a little off. Hey, Peter. And I don't know that the Prozac has really hit my system yet. But in a month, I'll totally be off my anxiety meds because I don't like having to be on them. I just want to be off of it, and I'm not going to need them anymore. I'm not going to be doing this stressful job. I'm not going to be in this place that's got me down. I'm going to be in the Philippines and low stress with a beautiful young lady, and life is going to be good. I'm not going to need them anymore. So since I'm going to be not have my insurance here pretty soon anyway, and I already had the telehealth set up, I was like, I need you to taper me off of my meds immediately. So it's not like I went cold turkey or something. But all right, now it says 94.8, so it's still dropping. Yeah, I'm super blessed. I need it though, because if I stayed here to try and retire from the shipyard in another 10 years, I think I'm not going to go postal or something, but I bark at people occasionally, although it's been significantly less since I started planning on the Philippines about 10 months ago. Everybody, and I've gotten compliments too, like they've noticed that I've been communicating better and haven't been going off. So, I mean, just the planning of the Philippines, even though at that point it was realistically 4 or 5 years away, other than a trip once a year, had me in a better mind space because I knew I was going to be getting out of here. But now that the house is sold and I've got my passport, yeah. And I haven't been getting much sleep lately because I wanted to be able to be in Cheese Live and chat with her a bit. Hopefully afterwards too, but I've been staying up later than I should. But at least I was able to sleep in until 7 and go in at 9 instead of being at work at 6 for day shift. But now, as of yesterday, now I'm going back on swing shift, which I'm happy about, but I haven't heard from my boss, so I guess I'm not working today. He should have gotten a hold of me before now if he was going to. So I assume I'm not going in today. Oops, where did I click? I just made sure I didn't have a missed call, so it cut out for a second when I minimized YouTube. Yeah, but at least you're traveling and stuff, Peter, right? So my job in the shipyard is one of the most difficult and stressful jobs because we have to make the ship's systems safe for the trade shops to work on. So we have to look at the paperwork that they're going to work to and figure out all the systems they're messing with. And usually it's not just one system, there's usually interfacing systems. So we have to figure out how to isolate those and remove any kind of pressure or fluid, stored energy. Yeah, divorces suck. I feel for you. I've done 3, and I decided I've got to do my 4th one. But to get there now instead of next March, I'm just setting it aside for now. Because like I've told other people, and maybe you were in here, maybe you weren't. Scott probably wasn't in it. I'm worried they keep talking about COVID spikes and more avian flu stuff. So I'm worried they're going to, because of the election, pull some kind of a lockdown or restriction thing, even if to affect the U.S. election, even if it affects globally a lockdown situation or conflicts country in the U.S. There's so many things that could potentially happen that I'm going. You've done 5th on the way. I'm sorry, Scott. That's awful. I get it. My middle 2 weren't that bad. This one may not end up being bad. It depends, because she's incognito living with the guy she left for in North Carolina, but she's moving constantly, dodging being served paperwork from her children's father because she lost custody, yet she's in North Carolina with the youngest, and she's not supposed to have her. So I can't locate her right now anyway. So I just decided I'm just going to set it aside. Which could be, she could try and turn around and say that I owe her a bunch of money or something, but I can also provide 2.5 years of bank statements showing she had access to the joint accounts because I couldn't remove her. And she was only taking $100 to $200 a month unless I was working overtime, and then she would take $300 or $400 a month. Yeah, if she's happy, that's great, but hopefully if she decides they're going to get married and she wants to do the divorce, she doesn't try and come after me for stuff. She can't come after me for anything on the house because she wasn't on the mortgage, and I owned it for many years before I met her. So it's not like I bought it for us when we were together. I've owned the house since 2005. So she's not entitled to any proceeds from that. And as far as the debts, I paid off. I spent like 40 grand to pay off debts. So if she tries to come back and say, well, oh, he owes me for maintenance that he wasn't paying. Well, we didn't have a legal separation. You just up and left. and you could have taken more. You chose not to take more, but you were on the joint accounts, and I had not changed my direct deposits until April of this year. Yeah, it's awful. So she could have taken more, even though it would have just prompted me to get the divorce done. And I tried to get my parents to help me with it, and they didn't want to help. So hopefully she'll end up wanting to marry the guy, and she'll just write it up to basically get it done. And all they'll have to do is locate me and have me sign it. The 10-year thing seems to vary. Some people say 10 years. Some people say it doesn't matter how long. But we did acquire debt together, which I paid off except for her credit card because I can't access it. So I paid off the bulk of the debt. So I don't think she can really do much, but I'd have to have my parents help me with getting a lawyer. Yeah. Don't get married in the US. 93.5. We'll see if it goes down anymore. Yeah, some people said I should wait to pay it and put it into the paperwork to show that I was taking it, but I can show that I paid it off and when I paid it off. So I just needed to go ahead and get over the Philippines. I needed to pay it off because I was paying a stupid amount a month on high interest rate credit card stuff. Like one of them I was making a $340 payment a month, and I think $250 of it was interest a month. So that was painful. But it also builds in a buffer for myself that I can't get around, and that is I can't go to the Philippines and immediately get married because I'm not divorced yet. So that means I can't up and get married right away, and the person can't push me to get married right away. So this effectively builds in a year of getting to know each other and see how it goes. And if it works out great, then I'll get the divorce done. And if things are good, then we'll get married. But it builds in a year of getting to know each other without even having to think about getting married in that year because it's impossible. So I think that's going to be to my benefit. I think I'd be silly not to marry her, but yeah. But also, if they do end up putting some kind of a lockdown in, then I'll be in the Philippines instead of lockdown here. I'm worried if I wait until March, they'll do a lockdown, and then it'll be another, Philippines didn't fully open up for 3 years. They did somewhat open up after a period, but you had to quarantine inbound for 7 to 10 days. So I feel like if they do another one, it'll be longer. So if I'm going to get stuck somewhere, I'd rather be stuck over there. I'm just anxious to get out of this place. All right, we're down to 93 even. I feel like I disagree. I feel like I'm not worried about the illness itself. I'm worried about they'll do it to be like, oh, people can't go out and vote, so we have to do mail-in votes so they can jack with the numbers again because they're terrified of Orange Man being president again. That's awful, Scott. I'm sorry that happened to you, brother. Oh, that sucks. I'm not sorry. F them. All right, so I'm at almost 2 hours, so I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. Let my stuff charge, back up, and then I'll probably do another one in 45 minutes or an hour or so. All right, so 45 minutes to an hour, I'll probably be back on, unless I fall asleep. But if you guys come back in, that's great. If not, have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to everybody later. And Nicole.